We all want to have new builders, have perfect LRP. We want to have that, right? And sometimes we focus a little bit too much on the have. Oh, so what do I have to do then? Okay, so what do I have to do to have that? But guess what we skip? The who do I have to be before I do to have. And it's so important. Every morning I like to get up and I connect to my Creator and I connect to myself so that I can be the best version of myself before I do so I can have. And so I'm going to take you guys first through who you have to be. So you've got to get crystal clear on how you're showing up. Are you leading from the front? Are you at events? Are you out there doing the hard yards? Are you still teaching classes? I'm still teaching classes. I get home Sunday night. I have a class Tuesday night and a class on Wednesday night. I'm still teaching classes. I'm still sharing, I'm still sampling, I'm still deeply connecting, and I want to be that type of leader, right? And then I want to attract leaders that do that. So these are all really important questions to begin asking yourself, like, whether or not you want to realize that you're becoming a leader and what other people want to follow you. Would you follow you? Would you look at yourself if you stepped out of your own body and say, yeah, I would follow that person? And if not, here's the coolest thing. Just shift the way you're doing it. Just start to step into that position of the person that other people say, I want to do what that person's doing. I want to deeply connect like that. I want to show up like that. I want to serve like that. And that's how easy this really is every day you get to decide how you step in and how you show up. And that's the awesome part about life, and that is sometimes the most difficult part about life. So your mindset, isn't that a little brain here? I know, right? But your mindset matters, you guys. You set the tone. If you are living in this negative mindset, oh, no one would want to build with me. I don't think builders would want to build with me. Oh, God, I don't know if I could. I don't know. How many of you would want to build with me if I was like, I don't know if you want to do this with me? Right? But when you're talking to yourself like that and you're saying that to yourself, guess what's oozing out of you? That. Like you walk up and you're like, I got this. Do you want to build with me? But inside it's like, oh my God, don't build with me, run. People think they hear your confidence, but they're like, why is her spirit quivering? So, what about a positive mindset? And this is the thing, this is not lying. So like if, you only have, your mom and your aunt on your front line and you're a premier, and you're like, I have no builders, so how could I ever get another builder? At one time, most of us had our friends on our front line, okay? So that's the first thing, just know that. The second thing is you've got to retrain your mindset so that you can believe that. And that is the thing about mindset, and that is why I tie it into everything I speak about and do. If for years, or even the last year of doTERRA, you've been saying, no one would build with me, no one would build with me, no one would build with me, why would you build with me, no one would build with me, I'm not a good builder, you've created a pathway. And just like a car drives on the motorway, I'm bilingual or highway, either hemisphere, like a car drives on a motorway around a racetrack, your thoughts revolve around, I'm not good enough, no one would build with me, no one would build with me, no one would build with me, until you've believed it. So the cool thing about it is you can change that. You can actually lay down new pavement, create a new motorway, and start driving on that. And you suddenly show up different. You suddenly hold space different. You suddenly are a different person because you believe it. So, of course, I wrote you some I ams for your new builders. So what if instead you were to say this? What if you were to say the world is abundant, my life is blessed, I am a leader of leaders, I am highly sought after business partner, I am confident in my own abilities. I am an amazing recruiter. I am creating the business of my dreams. I am a presidential diamond. And because I didn't plan this, but it's so fun, everybody stand up. So fun. Isn't it great? All right, so guess what we're going to do? All right, yams. And we are going to either A, we're going to squat, right? And here's why, because we've got to put some motion to it, folks. Because you got to drive it into neurology. You can snap, because the sound drives it, and you can snap and squat. You can pelvic thrust, which Jesse sometimes thinks I do. You can have a lot of fun with this one. You could just like hop. I won't, it's going to be loud. All right, are we ready? On the count of 3. It's not going to sound perfect, but it's going to sound awesome, right? 1, 2, 3. The world is abundant. My life is blessed. I am a leader of leaders. I'm highly sought after business partner. I am confident in my own abilities. I am an amazing recruiter. I am creating the business of my dreams. I am a presidential diamond. You know what? So next time you can sit down. I'm going to stand up. Better. Do whatever you need to do to get in the moment. Now next time, you know, you're getting ready to walk out of the house, I do this. People who know me know I do this. My builders are shaking their heads, my roommates here, like, someone was negative, I was like, I can't hear you. I have no idea what's happening. Because I want to be in charge of my state, but you know what, if you have trouble, just remember, there was about 500 other people who felt cool doing that with me. Facebook me. I might answer. Maybe we'll do it together. So now that we've got the B, right? We're showing up, we're confident, we're owning who we are, we're recreating new pathways. Let's get really clear before we go out and do this. What are you looking for? Now this is such a hard one for me. Because I'm like, I'm looking for everybody. Right? If they've got skin, I'll put an oil on it. Get them over here. Yep, let's do this. But really, it is really hard to I am and then talk in the microphone. But you guys, if you look for everyone, you'll find no one. But when you get really specific about what you're looking for, you'll find what you're looking for. And this is probably one of the harder things is you're not actually meant to touch every person individually. Some people are meant to be touched by someone else. So you've got to get clear on what you best work with. Does that make sense? So we need to create an avatar. This has always been hard for me. Because once again, my heart says, if you send them, I will serve them. And I'm not, there's no judgment. So this isn't excluding anyone, but this is, now that we're talking about business partners, who do you think would add to your business? So maybe it's a couple different avatars. Maybe you're like, you know, I could really use a new mom in my business with some kids. I really would love working with new moms. I love helping a new mom who may be a single parenting, and I'd really like to connect with a new mom with a couple kids so I can really support her because I feel that's where I want to put my energy. So write out that person. And maybe you'd like to attract a new man builder into your business. Balance some stuff out. But this doesn't mean we can't work with everyone. But let's just write out about our new business partners. Let's write out what the people are going to look like. And this is kind of the questions you go through. Like characteristics. Do they have children? What would they be listening to? Because I want you to write out a detailed statement of what you're looking for. I'm just looking for women who need money. You know, I'm looking for women who love health and wellness. Because you've got to be able to know where to go find them. You know, if you're just looking for women, you could go to the local pub. Be kind of interesting to go around sharing oils there. But if you're looking for women who do health and wellness, maybe you find health and wellness. So this doesn't mean I'm asking you to limit yourself, because that's not how I roll. I'm asking you to start putting into perspective what it is you're looking for and where you need to go to find that person. This just simplifies things. This is just going to make the do a little bit easier. So for me, I just wrote out one statement. I didn't know I was going to find 6 builders, but they're all in the same category. Women who are ready to step into their empowerment. Women who are looking for that next thing to add to their life. Women who are looking for a second source of income. Women who want oils and would like to learn how to get those oils for free. I'd like them to be open. And I'd like for them to feel like empowering women was something that was laid on their heart. They're all different, but they all literally feel that same thing. And it was amazing because I got them within 5 days of each other. And this is what I did. I started to think about my avatar. And the reason I put this picture of me in Disney World looking at Mickey Mouse balloons is I want you to think about Walt Disney and that vision he held. He drew a mouse onto paper. And that mouse now has not only a world, that mouse has multiple lands in foreign countries. Right? So I'm asking you to write down your Mickey Mouse. And just to embarrass my boyfriend, because I wrote down exactly what I wanted in my new relationship, and I called him my Mickey Mouse because when I met him, I was like, oh, you popped off paper. let's go do a world together, Mickey. But that's what I'm talking about, right? Everybody, behind every great vision, it was written out on paper. If you want that to pop off paper, you've got to write it down. And then I prayed over it. I just looked every day, start my day, do my I ams, inhale my peppermint, get my brain oxygenated. I open it up, and I'm like, all right, come on, ladies. You're out there. You're in this world somewhere. And I say to God every day, if you send them, I will serve them. Help me to be open. Help me to be really open to relationships and connections. I recently asked the cashier at the New World by me if she would like to go for coffee. She literally stared at me. I was like, I don't know. I've seen you here a couple times. I know you were having a bad week, a couple weeks ago. And I'd just like to go for coffee with you. I'll be doing that when I get back. But I just felt it. Does that make sense? I felt like I'm going to ask this lady for coffee. It doesn't mean she's my next new builder, but you know what? I felt she was there to serve. And I felt it's random that I had her a couple times, so we're going to go for coffee. But that's what I'm talking about, is just if you get really clear on what it is you're looking for, and then you start to go, oh, yeah, I need, right? Because you're out there looking for it. So if you want to be as cool as Walt Disney, you know what I mean? Write them down, start thinking about them. Okay. And the cool thing is actually some of these people are already in your tree. Some of these people already exist as customers, but you've already done the label. Oh, they're just users. They just use oils. It's like, oh, well, can they share if they want to? How about we give them the ability to share if they'd like to? I find that really hard when people say, no, they're never going to share. I know them. I met them last week in an expo. I know them. They're never going to share. Because guess what? Guess who was never going to share oils? Guess who was never going to build the business? I actually said, please don't put me on another order. I've got enough oils for the rest of my life. So if we, what I say is hear those people, right? I'm not saying don't listen. Hear those people. But guess what? People change. Things happen. Experiences change. So a really good thing when you're looking at your tree, it's like especially when you're at convention, when you guys get together, if you're at a share, and you hear them say something, I'm going to show you the conversation that I put into place. I actually was telling Nat, I think she's in here, one of my frontline diamonds, I wish that when we were on the plane together, I could have recorded what happened, because it's exactly what I'm telling you to do. And although Antonia, who I met on the plane, has not enrolled yet, I'm 100% certain she is going to. And I'm going to take you through these conversations. So when we're looking for these people in this next conversation, this is where we're looking for them. But you guys, it's about that relationship and that conversation and that communication. It's not the Facebook message. Does anybody get those? Oh, have I told you I'm doing this? Mm-hmm. You so need to join me. Like, you'll make $1 million. Yeah, just do it. Just buy an oil. It's not those reaching out to people. It's that deep connection, that deep communication. My enroller had to reach out to me 5 times. Right? My enroller had to reach out to me before I actually enrolled. So this person that we've written down, these are the places that we can go and look for them, but then we've got to be prepared to have the conversations. And so this conversation I'm about to show you is not a conversation that you would have with someone that if you were at an oil class, for example, you've got 10 people there, I'm not going to do this conversation in front of 10 people. Or I'm not going to do a conversation to you while there's 9 other people there. This is kind of a one-on-one conversation that I weave into when I'm speaking with someone, okay? So, the first thing you want to know is recruiting is not a dirty word. Because you are recruiting new builders. It's not a dirty word. And I don't know, for some reason, maybe it was just me, I was like, oh, go out and recruit. Like, that's what football players do, or rugby players who go out and recruit a new person. But really, think about it this way. You're going out and recruiting new people to build with you, new people to share life with. You're going out and you're asking someone else, like, it's a relationship. Do you want to do this with me? And I'm picking you. And it's an interview. It's probably some of the most amazing relationships I've ever had in my entire life. And when I think about how Melody went after me, so to speak, she went to a chiropractic convention. She knew she wanted to work with chiropractors. She knew I was a well-known chiropractor. We were at dinner and she rubbed oils all over me. All over me. I was like, what's happening? Take your shoes off, she said. This is awesome. I said, whoa, okay. Lift your shirt up. This is happening. Put some in your water. I'm like, okay. But she was recruiting me. She knew what she wanted in her business. She knew she wanted to work with me. And she was patient. She was diligent. She said the right things. She had faith in me when I didn't have it in myself for the business because I was never buying it. Do you get where I'm going with this? You have to look at it as you are pulling the people into your life. It's literally like dating. Oh, he's cute. Yep, that's going to happen. We go on a date with that guy, we're just going to have to sort this out. What Facebook channels is he on? Where does he hang out? What does he like to do? Does that make sense? So put into perspective of something that we've all done.
Dated before Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, married before Facebook.
If you haven't dated yet, yes, you can use these same principles to go out.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That's just an attitude. So when you're looking at this,
20 years ago.
I don't ever just jump into people. So I had a former life before this, like a lot of us, right? There's something I did before this. And one of those things was I taught chiropractors how to market their business. And I did that through a few ways, but one of them was I had a t-shirt company. And I would invite them to write, instead of, for example, chiropractor, it said in kind of squiggly font, who's your chiro, C-H-I-R-O question mark. The number one question, people would walk up to my booth, so my girls had them on, I'd have them on with a little leather jacket, and we'd be standing in the booth, and someone would go, what's a chiro? And I loved it, because they just invited me to talk to them. They came up to me and said, what's a chiro? You may speak to me. And I'd say, that's funny that you asked. It's actually short for chiropractor. Come here really quick. Come into my booth with me. So what I love to do with the oils, and that story I was telling you about when Nat and I just flew to Wellington, was Nat and I were kind of chatting. And this woman said, she stood there and was like, we were looking at our back offices, let's be honest. And she's like, I need to get through there, that's my seat. And I said, apologies, we were having a business meeting. And I said, let me get up. So when she sat down, I thought, oh, I just felt I'm gonna invite this woman to have a conversation with her. I'm gonna ask her if I can speak with her. So I said, oh, Nat, do you have peppermint and wild orange? Let's do peppermint and wild orange really quick. Let's get ready for the flight. Antonia, do you want to get ready for the flight with us? Yeah, I guess let's get ready for the flight. It's quite funny because you've got to ask questions like that it's almost awkward if you say no. But saying yes also feels so weird. You know, and she's like, oh, yeah. And then she realized, what does that entail? But she wanted to be like, okay, we're all going to say our I ams. Everybody else. Come on, Antonia. But I said, oh, before I fly, I like to put a drop of wild orange and peppermint, rub them together and deeply inhale, just to really calm my mind, to just assure that my brain's fully oxygenated. You know, she's like, okay. I said, if you don't want to put them in your hands yet, that's cool. Let me put them in my, you know, this is the next thing. And you just smell my hands, right? So I put my little hands up to her face, and she's just like, and she's analytical. I now know her. She's like, okay. Not good after 9/11 to be doing this probably, but, and then she just was like, that's amazing. I was like, do you want some on your own hands? Yeah. And I just said to her, I said, oh, cool, so what do you do? Because you got to get them while they're like that, right? I believe that instant smell of oils, as soon as you can get them to smell it, in any way. And don't feel bad because once they smell it, they're over it. Invitation to smell is the #1 way I do it. Anyone on my team will tell you. If they're at a coffee shop and they look like they're sad, come here, it's okay, smell. Get your hands. Let's do this, smell the bottle, smell my hands, smell your hands, smell his hands. Just because I feel like we're almost best friends, one time, at an expo, tell a lady, you know, put it in your hands and smell it, then rub your feet. She calls me and says, I can't smell my own feet. So I laid my daughter down, rubbed the oils on her feet, and then smelled them. Does that work? Picture yourself as the 10-year-old. Just like that. This isn't weird. I just broke into laughter. I'm not laughing at you. Well, I mean, I'm just laughing with you. This is very interesting. She's like, oh, that makes so much more sense. We just smell our hands and then rub our feet. We don't actually like take the leg off and smell it. She's like, I was thinking, man, she's flexible. But you know, I asked her what she does, and then I did this. Are you ready? Here's literally the bread and butter move. Do you love it? She said, literally, this was like, I was like, wait, did Mel send you to record this? What's happening? She said, you know what I'd rather? I said, what would you rather do? If you could do anything, let's dream. Something where I can help people, support people, make them happy, and make money doing that. I was like, this is so funny, Antonia. That's exactly what I do, and I help people do it. And here's the cool part, because some of you are like, I would never do that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that. I don't know if she should be on stage. I don't know if we should trust her. Guess what her next statement was? It's funny, because I was thinking about joining Arbonne, but something just felt not right. And it's my best friend, and I love her. But something just felt not right. What is it? Tell me more about this. Total invitation. Right? And you know what I do then is if someone goes that far, you guys, really explain to them about what we do. And I said, you know what? And I didn't say, oh my gosh, I wouldn't join Arbonne. You know what I said? Here's what I tell anybody looking for network marketing companies, and this isn't on the slide, but I will tell you this. This is what's important. The person that you're joining with, would you be willing to be their best friend? Would you be willing to hang out with them? Do you love them? Do you trust them? And do you think that they're amazing? What about the company? Do you like what the company stands for, the owners, what they do and who they are, because you are contributing to where they spend their money? Does your company have a charity? Do they believe in serving the world or serving themselves? Do you get to decide what you do with your money? Or do you have to get a car? What if you already have a car? You have to get a second car. Then I say, does the company have systems? Does the company have paperwork? Do you notice the other people doing it online? Do you like those people? Are you okay hanging out with them twice a year at big conventions? Have you checked the compensation plan? Does your company change it? Mine's only changed it once and they gave us more money. That's how I do it, right then and there. Literally, it's like, can I sign on the dotted line? And then I say, and I only want you to consider working with me if you value the F's. More fun, more freedom, more flexibility, more friendships, more time with your family, and more financial abundance. Because I'm hanging out with the F's. That's where my team's going, that's where my tribe's going, that's what I do. Are you okay with that? Because if not, it's probably not the thing for you. And I think that was this slide, but I just did it different. And I tell them why I love it. And I tell them I didn't think I'd do network marketing either. And I tell them, don't freak out. Just start using the oils and see what happens. Because it's usually magic happens. Not that oils happening is magic. But doesn't something happen when people start using the oils? Don't layers peel off? Don't we shift? I'm not the same person I was 6 years ago. And it feels good to say that. It feels good to stand here in front of you completely evolved. Completely different. Having shed so many layers of, the S word, that I'm just shining. Because I use the oils to do that. For me, it's been like Melissa. That is my go-to, and frankincense and peppermint. Those are the things that I use to stand here in a more empowered version of myself. So if you're talking to someone and they're not standing there in an empowered version of themselves, guess what? It's about 10 sniffs away. I had one woman, I'm not even kidding you, say to an expo when I'm just setting this intention. I'm like, I'm going to the expo. By the way, you ready for this? I didn't enroll anyone at the expo, and I'm a blue diamond. Didn't enroll anyone. But I made connections at the expo, and I followed up with those. Right? I followed up with those connections. And guess what? I met Becca. Hot Mess Express. Hot mess. That's okay, I told her, I said, honey, you're a hot mess. You need oils like nobody's business. And I said, if it's okay, right now I'm just going to put some on you right here at the expo because you are a hot mess. You have a vendor booth over there. And she's working in the cervical cancer booth. I said, you have to show up different. I'm like, on-guard roller, drop an on-guard on the head, inhale this, sniff this, put this on your arm, smell your arm. Like, I'll see it. She came up to me the next morning and said, whatever you did, she'll be a different person. I said, okay, you have to do that at least like 20 more times. So I need you to get in contact with me. I need you to follow up with me. I need you to do this because you need to show up for these people that you serve. Right? You need to be there for the cervical cancer booth. You need to be doing this. Guess who has, so she's enrolled for, I have to move her today. So what, 13 days? Her OV is 2,200. OV is 2,200. Because she realized everybody needed oils. She just realized everybody needed oils. That's what I'm talking about. She said, I would never do this, because she also does art. I'm like, what's up with that? She also does art. But yeah, she said, oh, I would never do this. I do art, I do cervical cancer. I'm a midwife. And guess what? Yeah. She'll probably be in the league this month, because she's bringing people to Wednesday. That's my point, you guys, is it doesn't matter how they show up. It's when you know in your heart and your soul that this person wants that. You start these conversations. You start explaining who you are. You start loving on them. That is the coolest thing about what we do. It is loving on people in the space that they're at and allowing them to grow into that next layer of themselves, right? To peel it back so they can expose their truth. You're looking for those people. You are out there daily searching to find the people who don't know they are searching for you. And if you don't get present into that beat and you're not acutely aware, you will miss them. And maybe they're not supposed to go with someone else. They're supposed to go with you. And that's why if you take home nothing from today, I know you all know that we have the greatest gift of the earth. But what about this? What if you are the greatest gift of the earth? What if you are the greatest gift of the earth and it doesn't matter where you've been or what you've been told? If you choose today to step out of this current state you're in and step into the I am the greatest gift on this earth, and you start giving and serving and loving from that space, I promise you recruiting will be the easiest thing you've ever done, because people will go, I want what he or she has. I want to spend time with that person. I want to be in their space. I want to learn what they know because I currently don't know that. And when you stand there, guess what happens? The magic happens. People are more open. And if you would like to also learn how to do more, this Recruit Successfully, this is an empowered success. It's really good. It's a lot of what I talked about. There's a little bit more, extend a gift, which is like a sample, things like that. So this is really awesome. I hope you guys loved it. And I hope that you remember that you are the greatest gift.